went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me. Welcome to another episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates. You guys have joined us. We appreciate it, and we love you for it. That's not too strong of a word. I'm going to come out of the gates pretty hot and say we love you while maintaining eye contact with you, which I know you guys don't get very often because your partner, if you have one, is probably outside smoking or vaping and doesn't tell you what I just said and will not make eye contact with you at all. Woke up this morning, workers outside of the building dropping debris from the building into my air conditioner after being warned several times that we need to do something, that we need to cover it. They actively ignored me and began dropping parts of the building, debris into the air conditioner. First thing in the morning, I'm up. I have to run out there and ask them what's going on. No one is on the ground. Everyone on the scaffolding. And therefore, it was impossible for me to talk to, anyone. So then I came back up, 4th floor walk up, take the air conditioner out, spill water. It rained all weekend, and the water is still in the air conditioner and spills all over my shorts and floor. Katie Hannigan wakes up at this time. She's befuddled because I'm befuddled. She goes, I got it. I go to the kitchen to get paper towels to wipe up the floor. She comes back with 2 towels that we use for bathing to sop up the water on the floor. So long story short, we see a man in the window. I engage with him diplomatically to try to get him to cover the air conditioner. He assures me that he will and that it's not a problem. And I've tried to engage a worker before, but most of them do not speak English. This man did speak English, so he assured me it wasn't a problem. So we then put the air conditioner back in, and he never covered it, and the debris resumed falling into the air conditioner. So what did we accomplish? There was a little break in the debris falling into the air conditioner, but not much. It resumed immediately falling into the air conditioner. So that's been my morning, guys. And if you have similarly frustrating things happening with you, feel free to comment. And it helps the algorithm, and we want to feel your pain because we're all in this together. It's a hot summer. My guest today is a hilarious stand-up comedian, multi-continental, I would say. You remember in the WWE, they would have the WWF champion and then the Intercontinental champion. She's intercontinental in that way because she's worked on several continents. Most of you guys have never left your basement. So I'd like to welcome to the show, first time on the show, and we've met and talked briefly, but this is going to be an eye-opening conversation because we don't know each other that well, and you guys are going to get to witness it. And it's Kanise Circa, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Mike.
Thank you for coming in.
Great introduction.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
I try to bring the hottest rising stars in the New York area and therefore the United States of America into the show so our low-income white fans can get to know them and really binge on all of your content, which is huge these days.
That's huge.
Content.
Is that the no? I have my own camera.
You have your own
Sorry,
camera
my
there.
bad.
Women's rights.
Thank you so much. That
Okay. You shouldn't be
that
forced
other
to
people-
share 70% of a camera with me.
because I wouldn't stand out.
You wouldn't stand out,
would
and you
just
shouldn't
blend.
stand for it.
And exactly.
You can vote now,
What?
and you can be in space, and you can be an astronaut.
Can I vote in space?
Oh my God! I think you're flying too close to the sun.
I'm sorry.
Literally there. Thank you, Shannon. We had a big debate on our podcast about air horns, whether we should keep them, whether we
Right.
should lose them. And our fans have spoken. Many of our fans in Singapore and many other the quieter countries didn't want the air horns, but they were overrun by our fatso, cholesterol high, sugar eating American fans who love the air
Oh,
horns.
that's great.
God, they
That's
love
great.
it.
It feels like a
Kanise,
party in here.
What's your opinion on them? You've heard it.
It is. I am from a quieter culture.
Yes.
Not necessarily country, but a
Right.
quieter culture. And I'm enjoying it.
You love it.
I'm enjoying the sounds of
Because
the
you
air
also love a
horn.
party.
I do love a party.
Yes.
And I feel like every time the air horns go out, I'm like, ooh.
Can I ask you a question? And this is culturally
Yes.
a cultural question because you're of Indian descent.
Indian descent.
Indian descent.
Yes, sir.
Where's your parade? Can I be an advocate for the Indian people? Where's
Sure.
your parade?
Right?
It's Columbus
Right.
this, Puerto Rican Day this,
right.
Gay Pride that. Where is your parade?
the
Or are you
India, the
guys
South
too busy
Asian-
working in the hospitals and
Thank you.
software, high end?
Thank you for our service.
Yeah. High achieving.
High achieving. No, but why can't we be high achieving and have a parade?
Yes.
Well, we should have
Because you're too busy working to be marching. Is that a fair point?
It could, it
Yes.
could be, but maybe we need to teach Indians to party once in a while.
Party.
Put some air horns
Yeah.
on and just take it easy.
I think so, too.
So I thank you, Mike, for bringing this up. I think I'm going to gather the troops
I'm an
and we're gonna see if we can do.
because you guys roll deep. You guys have a huge population.
That's also another
Population
problem.
is big.
Gathering the troops will take quite a while.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are a billion people.
Maybe use Bollywood. Are you guys on strike also? Is
No.
Hollywood on strike and then Bollywood is not on strike?
Bollywood is not on
Are
strike.
you nervous that our actors and writers are going to go and try to compete with your actors and writers
I didn't
in
think
Bollywood?
about that. Will they? Do they know how to speak Hindi?
People are hungry for jobs.
Can they write in Hindi?
No.
Well,
is that
then-
a
Like,
obstruction?
yeah, I think
It is.
So I think
Okay.
if you want to write for a Bollywood movie,
Yeah.
you might have to be able to write in Hindi.
There's this thing called subtitles
100%.
though. Sorry, not sorry. Got you again.
That doesn't work that way.
It doesn't?
I mean, they can write the subtitles,
Yeah.
but they'll need a translator. Am I worried that the subtitling industry
Are
will
you
be taken
nervous
over
about
by Hollywood
competing?
writers
Are you worried about competing with Hollywood writers and actors?
for subtitling jobs?
Well, isn't it like, wouldn't they,
Oh,
can they speak in English
got
and
it.
subtitle it in Hindi?
That way. Sure.
It's called the reverse mortgage.
Right. They could. It feels very complicated.
Yes, it is.
But-
It isn't that complicated. It's complicated because I think you have a fear of us taking your jobs. No, you don't? Am I pressing you too hard, too early?
No, not at all. I don't think that.
Because consent is a big part of this podcast.
Well, you have full consent to
Okay.
press.
I want you to know that I'm an
answers.
active listener. I'm an empath
Are you reading?
and an ally.
Are you reading that
I'm
off
all
a
of
piece
those-
of paper?
I have these points that much of this podcast is me reading and scribbling furiously.
Okay.
Okay, that's a big part of it.
Are you scribbling something?
Yes, I have a whole bunch of stuff written
Oh,
here.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you
Okay.
can't look at my notes.
No, I'm sorry.
you just be in the moment.
I'm in the moment.
Okay.
I'm right here with you.
Okay.
I'm not feeling fear about jobs being taken over by American or Hollywood.
It was just a
Right,
thing that
actors.
I was exploring. This is an investigatory show.
Right.
And I was exploring that option of maybe we would go to because Bollywood is in full swing. It keeps
Full swing.
cranking out hits.
It's just Bollywood, Tollywood, like all the woods
Yeah.
in India are just
Yeah, they're
all the
kicking
woods are
it.
just
And I was
kicking
wondering
it.
maybe there's some spots for maybe you guys would be interested in a little bit of diversity the other way. Whites? Whites? Can I
sure.
introduce whites?
to India.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we didn't grow up watching white people on television.
You're being sarcastic.
I
detected that.
Done.
God.
I was like, will he get it?
I
don't know.
did
Do they
get it.
sarcasm?
God.
Yeah.
No, they do. We got it. And you used it on me. And I'm so And probably because I'm an empath and an active listener and an ally, I got it.
So do you have to keep reading your
Yes.
personality traits?
Yes, I have
okay,
to
all right.
keep. I have to, I'm of the opinion that everything I say is an affirmation also.
Yes.
So if I keep saying it, I'll become more of an active listener.
Right.
I will become more of an ally. I will become more of an empath.
Yes.
And that's going to help the show grow, hopefully cross-continentally,
Yes.
if some of you low-income whites are living in India. Indian people can also be low-income whites.
Of course.
They're just living in the wrong body.
Unless some of your listeners made it to India to grab the opportunity that you were speaking of earlier.
Bollywood. Yes.
Being in Baliwood.
Well, according to you, you said there's no opportunity for them there. Look at ARC fans and tell them they're not welcome.
I just don't think it's worth the trip.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth the investment. I don't think it's worth the risk of you going all the way to another country
Right.
to act in a Bollywood.
But you're not selling. If you were a travel agent for India trying to get people over there, you would not be doing a very good job of selling it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because
how would you sell it to us?
to India?
Yeah, I want to go. Do I want to go?
Do you want to go
You
live
tell
there?
me if I want to go.
Do you want to go live there?
I
want
wanna
to
go visit.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's a vibrant country.
Vibrant is a good word.
Vibrant is a good word.
Vibrant, which our fans probably don't get because they live in a dim.
Opposite of vibrant.
Yes.
Right, like a basement. You said
Yes,
basement earlier.
basement, no light.
No light.
Vibrant is the opposite.
Right. So
and
it's the opposite.
and what's good about India? There's probably so many good things.
The food,
Yes.
the weather.
What if I went over there? I'd like to focus on the food for a second
Yes.
and go, I can't eat anything spicy. And I screamed it in English. What would their reaction be?
Well,
I can't eat anything spicy for my agita. That's
For your
Italian for heartburn.
Oh, Ajita.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
like
I figure in India they would
understand.
they would understand Italian.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like the cultures are very similar.
Yeah.
So if you shouted that, someone would be like, "Oh, is that my uncle? Like my old uncle?
Okay. Okay.
Is that my crazy uncle?" Like I feel like they would feel it's something very familiar to them.
Is everything spicy in India?
It is.
It's very spicy.
And it's not even like chili spicy. It's also like just spicy. It's just everything's got spices in it. If not like peppery spice,
Right.
but just everything's got spices in it.
I'm going to put a scenario to you, and I'm going to see what you think of it. The colonizers from England
Yes.
were searching. They found America because they were searching for a route to India because of spices.
Correct.
Aren't you kind of responsible?
For the colonization of America.
Because of your delicious spices that you guys had available.
Yes.
If you look at it that way, spices were actually the motivators
Right.
that got us into this situation of colonization.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I always, as a brown woman, I was always like, I'm underprivileged. I'm the one,
Right.
I'm the
But it
minority.
turns out
I'm the
your
minority.
spices were the driving force behind colonization. Your response.
For every single country, pretty much.
Everybody was trying to get to India
Everybody
for
was
the
trying
spices.
to get to India.
It's taste buds. It's the taste buds that actually drove colonization. And you guys figured it out, the spices. We were trying to get to you.
I'm not sure if there's anything else.
That's a mic drop moment.
That's a mic drop moment.
Maybe we
can
could edit this into the end of the podcast, Shannon, since we're doing everything in post anyway. We had technical difficulties the first part of the podcast. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm confused. We had technical problems. Shannon was on it. She is a woman, but she found technical solutions to it. And women can be astronauts, and they can be driving the ship, not just in the kitchen of it. Like some of you misogynists are thinking. Kaneez,
I say thank you for my own camera, by the way.
the camera is.
Yeah, thank you so
deserve
much.
it.
I know. I've never had my own camera.
You've never had your own
No.
camera?
It's always like, me trying to get.
Right.
But thank you.
You're did you make your career off photo bombing? Other people's cameras? That's what it's called.
Right. No, I know
Yeah.
we have it in our country as well.
Mm-hmm.
Photo bombing. But it's pronounced photo bombing.
Photo bombing.
Yeah, the O's are pronounced O.
Okay.
How do you pronounce your O's?
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
And I think in India it's more oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, you didn't. Yeah.
But doesn't it sound like I'm doing a bad impersonation when I do it that way?
It does.
It just doesn't
we
feel
don't have
right.
to do that.
It feels racially insensitive.
Yeah.
And I will not fall on that side.
I felt racially insensitive by doing it myself. And
Did you
I'm
really?
Indian. Yeah. I feel like I was, like I was trying to teach a
But what
white
do you
man
think-
an Indian accent, and then it sounded very Apu in my head suddenly.
Yeah.
You know?
But what do you think of the thing, fake it till you make it? That's another way to look at it. Just fake it till you make it.
Fake the Indian accent?
Yeah.
Till people, you should try.
Until acceptance.
Okay, 1 second. So if you want to go to India, can you shout out, I don't like spicy food in an Indian accent? I could teach you that.
I think that's going to be a bad look for me. And knowing Shannon, she'll use it as a clip, and I'll get canceled.
I hate Indian
I'll get canceled in
spices.
2 cultures.
Yes. Oh, that would be amazing for
That
your
would probably
career.
because I would. Who's your enemy? Pakistan. I would be a huge star in Pakistan.
That would
Oh,
be.
this show's got a lot of levels
This is
to it.
just,
It's got a lot of levels to it.
Pakistan's not my enemy, by the way.
Okay.
I like.
But you were saying before the show that you. Just kidding. Oh my
great.
God.
That was
All
the
right.
technical difficulty.
That
I had to
was-
cut that all
Yeah, you
out.
had to cut
Thank
it all
you
out,
so
Shannon.
much, Shannon. Thank you.
Shannon wings it up for me. Okay.
Yes.
Let's get to when you came over here to this country.
Yes.
Okay, were you born here?
No.
No, where were you born?
In South Africa.
South Africa.
Yes, they were also
Wow.
trying. South Africa also got discovered because they were trying to go to India to get the spices.
Is that how South Africa started with their
Yeah.
problems?
Yes.
They went to India
Wow.
also.
India
And
did
how
a
did you end up in
number.
South Africa from India?
My parents moved
Okay.
in 1981 during apartheid.
Okay.
When their passport, when actually India was boycotting South Africa, and the passport said this passport's valid for any country in the world except South Africa. It says that in the Indian passport.
And your parents went because it's forbidden fruit?
They actually went because they went because my dad's an ophthalmologist, an eye surgeon,
Yes.
and
I love that.
right.
Yeah.
And he went. They're like, he basically went to go work in a homeland because in India, South Africa had 7 homelands, which they tried to put all the black people into. They tried to put all the black people in these homelands and then kept the rest of South Africa white.
Right.
And they were like, and you go do whatever you want to do in those homelands. They'll be like semi-governed homelands. So because they were semi-governed, my dad technically could go work in the Transkei, which is what our homeland was called.
Okay.
So he got
Oh,
to
so that was you were in one of the homelands.
one of the homelands.
Okay.
So he actually got a job in the homeland and he was technically allowed to, the passport, there was like a technical issue,
Mm-hmm.
like the ones we had earlier. And, sorry.
That's a great one.
Thank you. Sorry.
No.
I doesn't like.
You should. Shannon should be apologizing for not giving you a horn on that because it was amazing.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt this story with it, but I did
That's right.
laugh.
Thank you,
I
Shannon.
did laugh at it. I could put it in post if you want.
Fix everything in post. We should do the podcast in post. Kaneez, go ahead. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love
so-
where this story is going.
No, so he ended up via Kenya going to South Africa.
But because they needed eye doctors.
Yes.
Okay.
They need an eye doctor.
And so they made an exception.
Well, yeah, he was like allowed. He was
Yeah.
technically allowed. And
Right.
so, and also my dad's plan was to go there for 2 years, make some money, and then go back to India.
Okay.
And they've been there for 40 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they've been in South Africa
Wow.
for 40 years.
So obviously
42
he
years.
loved it. And what was it like growing up there? And your mother?
My mother.
Women are people.
The
On
woman-
this call, I can't emphasize that enough.
You-
Women are people too. And I will ask about your mother, who is a person.
Yes. Thank you. I really do emphasize the
I'm
importance
an ally.
of women.
I'm an ally, an active listener, and an empath.
Thank
Go
you
ahead.
so
I'm
much.
sorry. So what about your moms?
Mom,
Okay.
I have one.
We pluralize it to be cooler
To make
here
it-
in the culture. But if you want to, you could correct me and I'll stand corrected. It's not proper. It's not proper English to say moms, but we will get more followers and listeners because
Right.
we're cooler.
No, and I don't mean to make you uncool
No.
by correcting you.
You corrected me. That's the right.
Yes.
Technically, you're right.
Yes.
But on the streets,
that's
couldn't
not,
be more wrong,
well,
dog.
I'm trying to learn about your culture. So
Okay.
my mom's R is. My mom's
Is.
my
We can go
mom's
back to
is.
regular.
Okay, after mom's. Okay.
Street lingo.
Okay.
We could freestyle the street lingo. But
My-
how about your mom?
My mom's is she's an entrepreneur and she had a business
Yeah.
that she started in South Africa. She was a teacher originally.
Yeah.
And then she started her own business where she sold phone recharge vouchers for mobile phones. In
That's
South
great.
Africa. Yeah. And so my
Prepaid
dad was,
cards?
Correct.
All right.
Did you guys have that here?
Yeah, we had
Oh,
prepaid cards.
Back in the day.
I think Shannon had them. I never used them. I always had a plan.
Ah, okay. So as soon as mobiles came into the market, there were plans already?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
when I got a mobile phone, I had a plan.
Wow. It wasn't like, what year was that?
99.
I got my first mobile phone 99 for my
Shout out 99. And I was a teacher, and I got it on a teacher. Someone sold phones specifically to teachers.
Was it a Nokia?
No. I think I've always been with Verizon.
No, the phone.
I don't know what it was.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
flip phone.
Maybe
It was before
Motorola.
phones.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Maybe it was your mom who sold me the. She didn't sell the phones. She sold she sold the cards.
The cards, and you were on a plan, so you
I'm
would
on a plan.
never have interaction with my
I'm
mom.
sorry. I'm just higher echelon. But maybe things were different in South Africa.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. They were different.
They were different.
Okay, so your mom's an entrepreneur, former
Yes.
teacher. What did she teach? Because I was a teacher
Economics.
also, and I connect economics
At a technical college.
All right, she lost me there.
Okay.
So your parents are highly educated people.
I mean, yeah, they're
Your dad is an eye doctor,
nice. That's cool.
and your mom's an economics teacher.
Yes. God bless her. Yeah, and they loved South Africa growing up. Yeah, we grew up during apartheid. It was
And what was that like?
I saw, because I was in a homeland, it wasn't like the rest of South Africa. But if I had to leave the Transkei, I needed a passport to get into South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if we went to East London, which is like 2 hours away,
They have a place in South Africa called East London. That's purposely deceitful, don't you
I
think?
know. I think they changed it to Buffalo City, if I'm not
Oh,
wrong.
my God.
Recently, which is, I think I prefer East London.
So do I.
Yeah.
It sounds higher end.
Yeah,
North Buffalo sounds terrible.
but yeah. I've never, okay, that's an American joke. Is Buffalo not a nice place to go visit?
It's okay.
What about the wings?
Buffalo wings?
Yeah, don't they originate from Buffalo?
Yeah, delicious.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying there's bad parts, but if you gave me London or Buffalo, I would choose East London. That's basically what I'm
That's
saying
fair.
to you, Kaneez.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's more than fair.
I'm
an active listener, an empath,
and
and an ally.
It's just 3 things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 3 things.
3 things.
All at the same
All
time.
at the same time.
Okay.
That encapsulate who you are. It
Yes.
encapsulates who you are.
Yeah. Can't you feel that I'm actively listening
Yeah.
and engaged?
And I feel like you're really you're an ally to Indians.
Yeah. I'm an ally to women.
Women, sorry.
Women first.
And then
Yes.
okay,
And then
Indians.
Indians and other ethnics
Right.
except Italians.
Yeah.
Don't care for them.
Oh, no,
Tomato brains. Every last one of them. Squishy tomato brains. Okay.
I don't feel that way.
Kaneez.
Sorry.
No.
Do
you not feel that way?
about Italians? No.
They're okay, right?
Yeah, they're cool.
Greaseballs.
They're like,
That's a slur.
is it?
Yes, we can slur on our own ethnicities. Do you guys have anything like that in India where you call yourselves something?
No. A slur in South Africa, they used to call us coolies.
Oh,
That was an Indian slur.
but who would call you that?
The white people.
But would Indians call each other that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have a.
You guys don't slam each other?
No. I mean, we have like if someone else said that to us, yeah, no, we don't have a word like that.
But do you call each other that? I'm trying to make it parallel, and it's not working.
It's because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
I can make something up. For
No,
the podcast.
please
Okay,
don't make it
fine,
up. This
sorry.
is a truth-based podcast.
Of course.
Okay, so you're in a perfect culture that doesn't harass or make fun of each other.
With a term
Yeah,
that
with
only
a
we
term.
use. Yeah, we do make
Fair enough. So you're in South Africa. What was it all black where you were? All Indian?
Yeah, pretty much. And it was
Black and Indian?
It was mainly a black like a homeland. So they try to put all the black people into these homelands. So it was mainly the Xhosa tribe.
Okay.
The Transkei is where the Xhosas are from.
Mm-hmm.
So the Transkei is where Mandela was born,
Oh, wow, cool.
and where a lot of freedom fighters came from.
Nice.
It was one of the bigger homelands.
Okay. And you went to school there,
I went to school there.
right?
I went to a white school because I was technically an expat. So the expat black kids and brown kids could go to the white school.
Is there a white school in a homeland?
Yes. Because
There is a
were,
white school
there were
in the
white
home.
people in the homeland as
Is there
well.
really?
Yeah, and they were treated really well in the homeland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because there were white people. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was. Yeah.
And was everybody did everybody get along with each other? How did that? Was there friction? Uneasy friction
It was apartheid. There was racism. You know, that's something
within the homeland, though.
yeah, within between the white people and yeah, there were comments made and
Right.
slurs against me as a kid. I remember I was 5, and the girls. I remember 2 white girls throwing sand in my eyes and going, "You dirty Indian girl."
Wow.
I know, it's pretty hardcore. I did not traumatize me, and I was just like,
Yeah.
but I was just like,
Can I
really learned behavior.
That's a great story. Can I suggest it? Can I suggest something as a great revenge? And this could be a screenplay. Shannon, pay attention to this because this could be our screenplay. Kaneez could be the executive producer.
Thank you. I was looking for work.
The white girls throw sand in your face and they say, "Get away from me, dirty Indian."
Yeah.
And then you, in a Van Damme-like response, you take sand and you throw it in their face.
Right.
And you go, "Take that, you vanilla bitches." and then you're both blind. You and the 2 white girls.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to a eye doctor. And guess who that is? Your dad. An ally, an empath, and an active listener. And he decides to fix your eyes and doesn't
not
fix theirs. And then they have to walk around blinded by sand the rest of their lives while you become the princess of the homeland.
Oh my God, we had another mic drop moment.
Can we pitch this to Baliwood, who is not striking right now? Can we pitch it? How would it be in Hindi? Can we do it?
My Hindi's really bad, so I could not even get work in Bollywood.
This is amazing.
This is a great
That's
story.
amazing.
And my dad was one of the only eye doctors in South Africa at the time, in Tata at the time.
Did you think about doing that sometimes to these white girls? Just doing something to their eyes so that they would need your dad, and then your dad could
You'd be
Heisman.
because
Sorry.
because you're blind with racism.
Yes.
You're going to stay blind for real.
Yeah. It's like you don't see color anymore because you don't see anything. Oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Kaneez, you're really into the spirit of the show.
I'm so sorry.
You're a great guest.
Thank you.
You're having a great episode right
This
now.
is so much fun.
You're nailing
It's
it.
a party.
Our fans are blown away. I don't know if they've understood half of what we're saying. We're talking at a high level for them.
Maybe it's the accent.
I think it's just your intelligence, my intelligence. We're both attractive.
Yeah.
They can't handle that. The back and forth chemistry happening
It's
on a
too much.
podcast. It's exploding into their small brains. And I don't know if they're getting any of it, but we're having a great, great episode.
Thank you. And
So you graduate from high school.
Yes.
And then what's your plans for college? Did your parents, I'd imagine they emphasized education, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Actually, my parents are super chilled out. I'm sorry, can I clear my throat quickly for a second?
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
And you do have a cough button, like in case you need to do it when Mike is talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have a little button right there.
I love that because it sounds, you used the cough button after it, but it sounds like you're about to reprimand me. And I like that. It's like, oh my God, okay. And then Shannon reprimanded you.
And then it was just this moment. We had a moment.
I think we did have a moment.
It was all of us, like the 3 of us together.
Yeah.
That was
It's like, it felt like you about to correct me and then Shannon correcting
corrected
you.
And then you need to correct someone now.
Me. You have to correct me.
Oh, you go back to correct Shannon.
It's
I
gotta,
go, Shannon, it's not appropriate to
correct the guest.
to correct the guest.
Okay. That's
And
it.
then Shannon goes, I was just helping and it was technical difficulties. And then I go, we'll fix it in post.
And now we're all bonded.
And then we're all bonded together forever.
for life. It's going to be.
We're having a great episode, guys.
Thank you. I'm having a great time.
Your parents were super chilled, active listener. Talk to me.
They were. So actually, I did drama in high school, which they weren't happy about. They wanted me to do accounting because we had to choose subjects in South Africa in 10th grade. So they wanted me to choose accounting. I was like, I really love acting and drama, and I wanted to do drama. And eventually they gave in. And then in grade 12, a week before my final exams, I was doing this play. And I was in boarding school in an all-white Anglican British boarding school. Oof.
Those are the whitest of the whites. Anglican, you said a bunch of things to accentuate.
Anglican,
margarine,
British,
whites.
white. Sue Hummel was our head. What do you think you're doing? Get back to your cubicles. She was our headmistress. It was everything that you think a boarding school was.
Wow. And you lived there.
Yeah, so I was at boarding school.
Campus.
Lived on campus. So I was 4 hours away from home. And every time my mom would call me this last week to find out, like, to check if I'm studying.
Right.
The girls would be like, sorry, Kaneez is at play practice. And my mom was like, what the fuck? Can we say fuck on the web?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Use a cough button.
Your use of the cough button is multidimensional. You've changed the game of podcasting right now, Kaneez, by your use of the cough button.
I can edit.
No, you're taking all kinds of dramatic liberties. I get why you were, you're saying that you were an actor, but you seem to be more of a director, producer.
I mean, earlier when you said we can make Kaneez an executive producer, something clicked.
Did it click?
It clicked for me. So
you thought about making the jump
I was like,
in that moment?
that's what I should do.
It's those magic Hollywood moments. Sometimes it happens on the golf course, sometimes in a bar, during brunch, and sometimes in a podcast studio at Gas Digital in Alphabet City.
Thank you. You're changing lives, Mike.
Okay. Kaneez, you were at play practice.
Yes.
Your mom didn't take that because you couldn't come to the phone. And she didn't take that too kindly.
She was like, she's not studying.
Yeah.
She's not studying.
Yeah.
And she was
She's
like,
acting.
She's acting.
Because studying is from this, and I'm pointing to my head for you people who can't afford computers. And acting is from this.
From here.
The heart.
So
the
she was
biggest
like,
muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was like, she's acting like, the whores act. No, she's and so she was like, told my dad, she's like, we have to do something. And my dad's always like, we can never tell Kaneez what to do because she'll do what she wants to do.
Ooh. Are you stubborn?
Maybe a little bit stubborn, yeah.
Okay.
And my dad was like, chill, it'll be fine. Anyway, cut to 2 weeks later, they come for the play. A week later, sorry. They come for the play. And I was playing. It was actually a play called Nonsense. It's about nuns in Hoboken.
Nonsense?
Do you know Nonsense? Maybe people in your maybe your active listeners know.
Oh, no, my fans know nunchucks. Because they're at home doing them right now in their basement. But Nonsense? That sounds like a...
It was a Broadway musical.
Performance.
It was a Broadway musical
Okay.
that we adapted. Not adapted, we just did it in the high school.
Yeah.
But it's about nuns in Hoboken. They had food poisoning and all the nuns in the convent die and they don't have money to bury all of them. And so they try to do like a talent show to raise money to bury all the nuns.
Who's left to do the talent show?
It's like 5 nuns.
Okay, 5 nuns that didn't get food poisoning.
Didn't eat the food.
Okay.
And I was sister amnesia and I had lost my memory. And at
That
the
was your
end,
character?
That was my character.
Okay.
And at the end, I remember who I am.
Yeah.
And I actually won some money in something called a sweepstake.
Okay.
Sweepstake? I don't even know.
Sweepstakes.
Sweepstakes.
Yes.
So I didn't even know that. We didn't even have that in South Africa.
Yeah. It's like a lottery.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And then, so we had the money to bury all the nuns because I remembered it. I'm Sister Marianne. And then
You were the star.
I was.
I'll say it if you're not going to say it because I sense a little bit of humbleness coming, but our fans need to they need something to anchor them in the story. You were the star of it. You were like a nun who forgot who she was and then remembered.
The end in this musical number where I had to hit this really high A note and I did it. I never, before that
Because it was a musical?
It was a musical.
Okay.
And I hit that high note. I'd never had hit it before. Except
Did you hit it
that
as you were doing the
note.
scratch off?
Hey.
I mean, that's the what's that called? The pinnacle? What's it called
climax.
in acting? The climax.
Yes, the climax. You do really well.
Pinnacle wasn't right.
No, climax.
Words are important. It was the climax of it, and then can I fill in the blanks for you? Because it's standing ovation.
Yes.
It's standing ovation.
Yes, my mom and dad were in the audience.
They were in the audience, and then when you dove into the crowd and they were passing your body back,
yes.
Your mom and dad stuck $100 in there and said with a note saying, "We're proud of you."
Yeah. buy yourself something pretty.
Buy yourself something
Buy yourself
pretty.
something pretty.
You're amazing.
And you're-
How did it really end?
no, my mom, that's exactly, there was no mosh pit. But,
There was no mosh pit.
Damn it, I should have jumped into the audience. Oh,
That
Mike.
would have been a mic drop
Yeah,
moment.
right? I'm Sister Marianne.
Yeah.
And then into the audience.
How did that go over? Because there's this dichotomy with the school that's so stay in your cubicle, and you're being like an actress and being all creative and
Right.
kind of like a loose cannon with your creativity. How did that go over in this strict boarding school?
Oh, they had problems with me. I wasn't naughty or mischievous, but I was a bit of a loose cannon. And in schools
Why did
like
our
this,
fans get aroused when you said the word naughty? I don't know why, but they did.
It's not. It's what, like I was just saying naughty. Like I wasn't like,
Saying it again
naughty.
isn't going to help them. Kaneez,
Should we give them a moment?
I wish they had a cough button that they could press because they're aroused by.
I apologize.
They're not used to a woman with a British accent saying the word naughty to them. And it's just, I mean,
And I'm not even British, so it's very confusing.
but you're
for
using the
everybody.
accent.
Right, naughty. I think South Africans also say naughty.
Is it a South African accent? Do I not know what I'm
You know
talking
what?
about?
My accent is very it's a generic. No one
It
knows what my
sound-
accent is. It's actually.
Could you tell us? It's an investigatory show. This would be a great platform.
If someone else could, 'cause I don't know. I feel like my accent, because I've lived in India and South Africa, and like I feel like I've got this generic world accent. Is that
Can
a
I use a
thing?
word to describe the accent?
Yes, please.
Eclectic.
Ooh,
That's a word our fans are just reeling over. They're trying to look it up.
I would.
Their little pudgy fingers are on their keyboards now trying to look it up.
Eclectic. That's
Eclectic.
That's a sexier word than
It's
naughty.
a very sexy word.
Eclectic.
As a drama student,
Yes.
I have to ask this, and I'm apologizing up front. When you would become upset and when you would fight with the many boyfriends that I assume that you have, would you just become over dramatic and flip out and be like, that's my business. That's my business. I'm dramatic. I'm in drama. You don't get me. Was it extra dramatic in your personal life? Could you control it?
I've become better.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. That's exactly.
Yes.
You don't get me.
Because
I'm dramatic.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
dramatic. Oh, you
yeah.
have a problem with this? You have a problem with this?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Do you have a
yes.
problem with
you
this?
have a
It's
problem?
like this is my
This is
world.
who I am.
Yes. This is what makes me this is what makes me great.
Yes.
And then you're trying to contain me because we're having a fight.
Yes.
You can't contain it.
You can't. I
Oh,
never.
you can't. The phrase is, you can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. Yeah. I would say yes.
So the answer is yes.
yes.
What was the question?
It has
Yes.
been. The
Was I
question
dramatic?
is, how can you contain your
can't.
dramatic abilities
I can't.
when you become upset? Because isn't it part of all the same energy?
Yeah.
Like your emotion, being in the moment in a performance, and also being in the moment in an argument or fighting for something that you love.
Is this a serious question?
It's very serious.
Okay. Okay. Is this a serious? Okay. Tell me when we're being serious.
Kaneez, you don't need to
Sorry.
whisper as you're hitting the cough button.
I'm sorry.
Because the cough button shuts out the audience, and then you're whispering on top of it, which is, it's pretty great. It's pretty great what you just
Yeah,
did.
I think I'll get it. By the end of it, I'll
Yeah.
get it. I'll get the rhythm.
No,
I'll
I
get the
think
rhythm
it's-
of this.
I think it's fantastic. So
Sorry.
that has been a problem. And did
Yes.
you were unable to date in the boarding school because was it female and male?
Well, we had a boys' school across the street. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And how many times did you cross that street, Kaneez? Oh no!
Only when there was another Indian boy. So they're always we could
Do you hate whites?
no, but they wouldn't.
boys?
No, no,
No?
no.
Look at our low-income whites and tell them.
I like you guys.
Okay.
How long do we do eye contact for?
I mean, you can tell them again and then stick the landing.
I like white boys.
Great. We got it.
Okay.
But
No, but
you
anyway,
like white boys, but if only it was an Indian boy on the other side of the street.
here's the thing: in South Africa, it was very segregated.
Yeah.
So, like, if there was an Indian guy, then everyone would be like, Kaneez, you should date him. You know, it was kind of that kind of thing. Like if there was an Indian, then everyone would get excited about it.
But were you like
No, I didn't date in school.
No. But can I do a scenario where it's like,
Yes.
Kaneez, you should date the Indian boy. And it's like, no, that's okay. I think I'm going to take your man. Boom, I got your man. You ever consider it?
I didn't. No.
That's the equivalent of throwing sand in their eyes. Taking their man. I have a lot of
do that now?
You can do it now if you like. I have a lot of good racial revenge scenarios. Like if anyone ever has been wronged on whatever side, I can always think of a way to come back and win it back.
So I've got to go steal white girls' men.
If it makes you feel good.
I mean,
it's your world, girl.
Thank you. No, okay.
No, don't look at Shannon. She doesn't have a man. I know you were trying to steal it from Shannon.
I was actually trying to figure out if she was white.
Yes.
But I don't have a man for you to steal, so I'm sorry.
Okay, well.
Shannon is looking to do what maybe you could take Shannon along.
Ooh, a white girl just walked in.
Oh.
She has a girlfriend.
She has a girlfriend.
Okay, well, I think I sort of take men.
Is that forbidden?
I sort of take men.
Oh, you just date men?
I just want to take men.
Okay.
From white women.
But isn't Hindu culture like you die and then you could come back as someone who wants to date women?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Adds an extra wrinkle.
I mean, I'm
into gender identity and sexuality.
Yes.
Spectrum?
I'm on the spectrum.
Okay.
Gender and sexuality.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't want everybody was pushing, so you didn't date. You just focused on drama.
No.
But what about the men? Were there boys in the play?
So there was.
And then you would play opposite, and there was chemistry,
Yes.
and you felt something.
So one day, this guy from America. So can I tell the story? Okay.
Absolutely.
His name was. Maybe I shouldn't give him his real name, but his name was. Okay, his name was Duncan. That's his real name. Oh God, why did I do that?
It's okay. We're exposing
Duncan.
things. Duncan
was a mixed race guy. So every time a mixed race or Indian came to school, I was like, ooh, that's my.
Can I stop? Can I hit a pause?
Yes.
After, I don't know where the story is going, but I'm saying it would be great if he slept with you and then woke up the next morning and said, America runs on Duncan. Oh! What's up, girl? America runs on Duncan. Gift certificate. Gift card. Gift card for Dunkin' Donuts. That's his calling card.
In South Africa, that doesn't have one.
Oh, my God.
This was in South Africa in high school. We didn't have a Dunkin' Donuts. So I would have been like, I don't know what to do with this gift card. I'd probably given it back to him.
Here's another scenario. Yeah. If you were in America and Duncan was here.
Okay. We're here.
You guys sleep together.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up at 4 a.m. and goes, time to make the donuts. Okay, that's enough Duncan jokes. Please continue.
No. Okay.
Go ahead. Do you have one?
No, I don't. I don't have a pun. A Dunkin' pun.
Okay.
Dunkin' Donut.
If you think of any, let's stop the story, and then our fans deserve it.
What do you in basketball? It's called a dunk, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you be dunked?
Yes. You could be dunked on.
Oh, cool. So
yeah.
So we have sex. He comes and he's like, "You just been dunked on."
Okay. We're getting further and further away from the name Duncan, but it's good. I mean, creativity knows no limits.
Yeah.
I love what we're doing here.
It's like an improv scene.
And we're workshopping and we're spitballing, and that's part of the process. And if you can't handle our creative process, turn on another podcast. I dare you.
Dare you. Listen to mine. No,
Kaneez,
I don't have one.
Duncan's playing opposite of you. You're feeling something in your soul.
Feeling in all
what's
parts
happening?
of my body. I'm feeling things. And then one day I decide, okay, all the girls are like, ooh, Duncan. And I was like, I'm going to take a different route. I'm going to friend zone him. Get in there through the whole friend route. And then when he least expected, be like, hey, I think we're vibing. Maybe there's something more. Because all the other girls were like, Duncan. And I was like, yeah. You know.
All the other girls, can I just illuminate this for the fans? All the other girls are playing checkers. You're playing chess. Thank you.
Thank you for seeing me because
I see you.
Empath.
Active listener. Empath and ally.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
So Duncan and I are, so I'm his friend. And then one day I decide to tell him that I have feelings, and my plan was to like obviously not directly. So I was like, hey, listen, like
Because all these other bitches are thirsty.
yeah.
That's the word kids use now.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were thirsty.
They're thirsty.
And-
oh,
yeah.
Duncan. Oh my God, Duncan. Let's do this for a while. Oh, Duncan, do you want to come to my house, Duncan? Oh my God. That's he probably did that
Yeah,
with
they
their
probably
breasts.
did, yes.
They
Up,
probably
just like
went
up,
they lifted
down,
up.
up.
That's a great one.
Oh my God, Mike,
Because
they were thirsty for Duncan. There's one. Why doesn't Dunkin' Donuts use that? That's a good
Thirsty
one.
for Dunkin'?
Dunkin', yeah. No.
Hungry for Duncan. Thirsty for Duncan.
Yeah, like
Thirsty
Dunkin'
for
Donuts.
donuts. Thirsty for donuts. And then they have 2 donuts and they're
As
going up and
breasts,
down.
and they go up and down. And one is with sprinkles, and the other one's
Yes.
coconut.
Yes.
Diversity.
Diversity, yes.
Okay. And they're going, Duncan, Duncan, Duncan.
Duncan.
Okay, so these girls are thirsty. You're playing it cool because you have a plan.
I have a plan. It's
All
a
right.
long term. It's
It's a
a
long-term
long-term game.
to psychologically
Yes.
twist and manipulate a
And
mixed race man.
God,
I love this. I love where this is going.
Right. So then one day I'm sitting there and he was like, who do you think, and I'm feeling some vibes, and he's like, who do you think, so I was like, so who do you think, like, if you had to say, like, the top 5 hot girls in, oh wait, sorry, how to start, let me just, 1 second, let me just remember the story. He asked me,
Yeah,
no, oh crap, it's such a good story, I can't mess it up.
it's okay.
Can you give me a moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, is this moment going to be in the podcast of me thinking?
We'll keep it in. We'll cut it out. We'll do whatever you want.
Okay, wait, hang on. So he asked me.
Do you want a piece of paper to sketch it out? You want to use this?
No, because I'm going to ruin it. But he's
Okay.
like, who do you think the 5 hottest? Oh, I asked him. Okay, so
Okay, all right.
Oh, no. Oh, so he asked me, he's like, who do you think the 5, like, hottest guys in school are?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, this is my opportunity. This is where I reveal that I think he's hot.
Right.
It was a great opportunity. I
Oh
remember,
my
because I remember we were
God. He
sitting on the
played right
couch.
into your hands.
He did.
That's what we call it here in the States.
He played right into my
Yeah.
hands. And I was like, oh, well, I think, like, you know, this guy's hot and
Yeah.
this guy's hot. And I think you're pretty cute. And
Yeah.
he's like, I remember he was like this toy. I remember he's looking down. He had this deep American accent. He's like, you think I'm hot? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. And then I mentioned 2 other guys. And I was like, well, what about you? Like, who do you think the top 5, you know, hot girls in school are? And he's like, yeah, well, I think like Kelly's hot. And again, very muffled, deep voice. I think Kelly's hot. I think Natasha's hot. I think Denise is hot. And I was like, you're just saying my name because I said your name. I'm trying to act silly. you
Called
know?
him out.
Yeah.
Called him out to find out where his feelings really
And
were.
exactly. And he looked up and he said, I didn't say your name. I said Denise.
Very few moments have stopped this podcast cold. And that one was one of our moments.
I was like, yeah. But if you had said my name, it would have been because I said
And you played it perfect. Oh my
you. I
God.
needed
If
that.
you had said my name. Oh my God.
I did because I was a comedian, right? So I
And
was like,
how did you you yes and that right
Yes.
back to being on
and
top?
he was like, ha ha, and we laughed about it, and then that was that.
And you knew that you weren't on his radar.
I was not on his radar at all. So,
You know what would have happened today after that? Instead of you conducting yourself with intelligence and dignity, you would have sent him naked pictures.
is that what kids are doing
That's
nowadays?
what kids are doing now.
Naked pictures.
Naked pictures and a link to your OnlyFans.
And be
Sorry,
like,
you missed out,
yeah,
dog.
You can't have none of this
Yeah,
now.
you can't have none of this now.
Because you can't contain this.
Yes. God, and was that all in your performance as a confused nun? As a confused nun who regains her memory to raise money to bury the other nuns. Did you use it?
I used it. I channeled it. And I became the great artist that I am today.
You were like, this is for sand in my eyes and calling me a dirty Indian. This is not for mentioning my name on your
And
sexiest
saying
list.
Denise instead. Why would you say Denise when it sounds like Kaneez?
Yes. Why would you say
Why
Denise
would you
when
say
it sounds like
Denise?
you should have been like, I think a guy named Lunkin is hot. Make the same mistake on purpose. God, this thing's got a lot of
And he's
levels
like,
to it.
you think I'm hot? I'm like, no, I didn't say your name. I said Lunkin. Lunkin. Listen.
Oh my God.
Shit.
And that was that.
And then that was that.
Were you
And
hurt?
No, I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I just, I'm still embarrassed. It's been 30 years.
Wow. Well, if he's listening now.
25 years.
Yeah. 25 years.
Yeah. If you're listening now, Duncan.
What did he go on to do? Did you keep in touch?
He's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think he became a lawyer.
My God.
No, I'm
Is he
kidding.
bald at least?
He is.
There you go. You win.
Oh my gosh, Shannon, do you know Duncan? Okay. Yeah, he's
Duncan
bald.
is bald. He's a bald lawyer.
No, yeah.
Do you think
I
guys go
he's
bald when they think a lot? They're better. Their hair can't stand.
Yeah, maybe. You have hair.
I have great hair.
You have great hair.
That's because I'm a bad thinker.
Right.
Do you think the two are related and correlated?
I don't know. I think
How do you explain Duncan being a successful lawyer
I also have
after
a lot
making
of
such a
hair.
poor decision with you?
Right.
It makes me angry.
I mean, Duncan, if you're listening, Mike's angry.
Duncan, if you're listening right now, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, you're out of order. It's a corporate
Hey,
term.
hey.
I'll let him have it for you,
Thank you.
Kanise,
Thank
because
you.
I believe he was. It's like one of those movies where the guy, the love interest, overlooks what's right in front of him the entire time.
I was standing there the whole time. His friend,
Yeah,
his co-actor,
his
I mean,
friends.
it was perfect.
yeah.
Anyway,
And now he's a lawyer.
Now he's
Ugh,
a lawyer. He's married to like a really nice girl.
Probably
You
healthy
know, she
kids
looks really nice
too.
on Instagram. They don't have kids.
They don't have any kids.
No, not yet. They got married. I think like, I know too much. They got
You're
married.
slowly
about a year
revealing
ago.
that you've been stalking him.
I just follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
That's
Follow, I guess, is
That's
a
it.
different. It's a subjective word. You just follow somebody, and if you follow them a lot, you're just following them a lot.
right.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
There's no need to get the authorities involved.
No.
Just people follow other people online
Online.
and in
Online.
person.
I think that we should get the authorities involved over.
The what?
I mean, if someone's following you in real life.
You're the perpetrator, Kaneez.
No,
You're trying to pan this off on somebody else.
No, I'm saying.
And I'm alluding to the fact that it could be you is the stalker, and you're doing a thing now, a manipulation, where you're going, yeah, you shouldn't be stalking people. It's like, that's what I'm saying, Kaneez. God.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
what you're saying,
I'm
too?
saying the same. We're on the same page.
Are
Mike.
you're purposely confusing the argument?
I'm saying I know you think that I'm stalking him, and you're like stalking him in person. I'm
Right.
like, no, I don't do that. 'Cause
Right.
that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Don't stalk people in person.
Right.
Get the authorities involved if
Someone is stalking
if
you.
someone's stalking you in person.
I'm glad you cleared that up for all of us,
Yeah.
Kaneez. Thank you.
Thank you.
You went to college and studied what?
Law. Law.
You studied law
Yeah.
because of Duncan.
No, it wasn't because of Duncan.
You just
I
told
was
me you weren't a
laughing.
stalker. It turns out you studied the same thing that Duncan. You, Duncan, and Denise, who you thought was Kanise, who you thought was yourself.
We all studied law together. Oh shit, that's really funny. I studied law and psychology,
Yeah.
so I could learn to manipulate,
Yeah.
and then be with Duncan.
And you went to law school?
It was like I did a BA, it's like a Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah.
So it was I just did like 3 years
Okay.
undergrad. I didn't specialize or do any
Criminal,
higher-
like the equivalent of our criminal
postgrad.
justice?
Sorry.
Is it more like a law school, or is it the equivalent of a bachelor's in criminal justice over here?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't. There was a law school on the campus,
Okay.
but
You didn't go to that.
I went to that.
You went to law school.
But it was like a law department. But yeah, it was law school. Why am I? This is so. This is. I feel
Seems like you're arguing your way out of being a lawyer. Are you a lawyer or not, Kaneez? And I object to this line of questioning.
Well, I sustain.
Okay. Are you a lawyer?
No, I didn't. I just did like the undergrad. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't study further, and then I moved to India right
Right.
after because I was like, I don't enjoy studying.
What did your parents think of you moving back to India and quitting the law route that you were
So
on?
here's the thing: my parents, like, by the way, we didn't finish the story where my mom actually said to me after the play.
Okay, after the play, yes.
After the play, she
My
said, she came and she had like tears in her eyes, and
Yeah.
she's like, "No A will make me more prouder than I am today."
God. Wow.
She actually said that.
This is from an entrepreneur who's focused on economics.
Yes. And she's like, no, it's going to make me prouder than I am tonight. And after that, they were always super supportive about me going into entertainment.
Right.
So when I left school, and
You won them over. Isn't that something the parents who never accept their children as artists?
Yeah.
And maybe it's some of the time it's the children's fault for not putting on an exemplary performance to win the hearts of their parents. Everybody always blames the parents. It's like the parents are just concerned for your well-being and they want you to be an accountant. But what you did was you flipped them with your performance. It was so powerful. It brought your mother to tears, and she went, whatever you want to do forever, because you're obviously a fountain of talent that I cannot contain, that will become a fire hose if I don't let it
explode.
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 Is a great word.
It describes so many things.
Yes.
It's a great word.
And so you go back to India now with your parents celebrating you at this point.
Yes.
And what's the path there?
So actually, when I was studying in law at the law school department, I remember I went to India and there was a Baliwood director, and my mom took me to go meet them because they were looking for actresses for a college movie, and then they told me that I didn't get the part because I was too chubby. But my mom was like, they were like, come back in 2 years' time when you finish studying. And so when I said I want to go to India, they were like, yeah, go become a star.
Right.
So they were very supportive. They're so sweet.
You know, my father told me when I was moving to New York, he said, you shouldn't move to New York. You should move to L.A. and then you should go on the Warner Brothers set and some of these other big companies and just nose around a little bit, see if you can get yourself a part somewhere.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
It's very good.
Did you do that?
I didn't. I came to New York like a coward and tried to break into the clubs, and I've been here ever since.
How many years was that?
20. It was the end of 2003.
Oh,
So
that's when I moved. That's when a year later I moved to India.
you moved to India.
Yeah, same time.
We have parallel paths. Parallel
kind of.
but different.
But very, very different.
Parallel but similar.
But I think it's just the timing, really.
Right. Timing is
The
everything.
timing is similar.
And that's one of my affirmations. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm always in the right place at the right time. Do you do affirmations?
I do affirmations.
Do you want to do that one into the...
The one you just did?
Yeah.
I'm always at the right place at the right... I'm at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
I'm always at the right place at the right time. Oh, I said that just genuinely. Hang on. I'm always in the right place at the right time.
You could say it effortlessly, too. I'm always in the right place at the right time.
I'm always in the right place at the right time.
Right.
Duh. Maybe just make it more obvious.
How about stubborn? I'm always in the right place at the right time.
What about dramatic? Like I'm always in the right place at the right time.
I think the gods of the universe heard that one louder than any of the other ones.
We should do affirmations. Do you do affirmations every morning?
Every morning.
We should do them in different emotions and accents.
I'm loose, playful, and fun.
Yeah.
I'm always loose, playful, and fun. I'm always loose, playful, and fun.
Do that in an Australian accent.
I can't do any accents.
Oh, okay.
I can only do emotions.
All right, do it like you just found out you lost a puppy.
I'm always loose, playful.
Yourself together.
Yeah.
Would you cry if you lost a puppy?
I'm not a big dog guy, but I get that there's an emotion connected to a best friend losing him. But how did I lose him? If he ran away, then I have to question his loyalty to me and his friendship.
Oh my God.
But if I lost him or he was kidnapped by some kind of a dog abductor or something, then I would actually miss him. But if he just ran away from home with no regard for our relationship, what am I supposed to feel?
Right.
It's a two-way. Being a best friend with somebody is a two-way street. And no one ever says that and lets these animals off because they're supposedly lower life forms. And I don't believe in that. I believe the dog needs to take responsibility for his emotions and actions, and the person also needs to do that.
Yes.
And do you feel differently, Kanise?
No, I agree with you. I'm sorry I asked.
I don't know what the law is in India.
I feel like...
But here, it's a 50-50 split between best friends. and let that be a lesson to the rest of you. Kanise, this is just
Thank you so much.
we're having a great episode.
I'm having a time of my life.
It's unbelievable what we are uncovering about you.
And about just the amount of mic drops we've had.
It's been crazy.
It's been like you have like 5 endings.
There's 5 different endings to this podcast.
When this goes to post production, you have 5 different endings.
I thought you were going to say postpartum. Because getting this podcast started was like having a baby.
Right.
It was difficult and tricky. Do you want children?
Ooh, maybe if I find the right person to have children with. That's very important.
Baby daddy?
Baby daddy, as long as we're both taking on 50% each.
Oh,
of the
I'm
parenting.
sorry. Is that your mom economics plan coming into work? We both have to take 50% of this kid?
As in like.
Are you doing a kid or a small business? No. Talk to me. Talk to me, Kanise.
As I would like the person to be as involved. Invested.
Is another economic word that your mom probably uses.
Invested without the diminishing marginal utility going down. Hey.
Oh my God.
I didn't.
You lost our fans.
I don't even know
I
what
want you to
that
look into the
means.
camera and apologize for saying that to them.
I apologize.
Say you're sorry, for real.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what it means. I just said it to like sound smart in America. Because there's a lot of pressure on Indian people to sound smart. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm at the right time, at the right place.
We have a very... Thank you. Thank you for saying that. We have a very forgiving fan base.
Thank God.
Our IQs are low, but we have big hearts. When we make up for it in brain size, we have big, huge hearts.
Okay, thank God. Thank God. Because I'm only, like my visa expires. I have to like convert it to a green card.
Well, these guys aren't going to help you.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
get out of their house that much.
Okay.
But
In case of someone who could help me. I'm so sorry.
Kanise, kids someday, are you on? First of all, what was your? Let's just keep going chronologically. From India, how did you get to the United States of America?
I actually so here's the thing. In India, I only speak English. I'm monolingual. I don't speak Hindi.
Right.
And I realized I was going to hit a ceiling in India. And I was like, I need to go to a place where there is no ceiling. And I believe it's America for comedy.
Right.
Because I feel like in India, there was, after a while, I wasn't going to be able to grow my audience.
What about London? Is a big hot spot for comedy now, too.
Yeah, but I think my comedy is more American.
Yeah.
The aesthetic is more American, I feel. And I used to come here like every 3 years and do like improv courses at UCB and Magnet Theatre. And I realized like, oh, this is more my vibe.
Right.
And so I got my O1 visa. And I was working on a documentary with an actor called, and a friend called Ravi Patel. His name's Ravi Patel. Really cool guy. And I was working on a documentary with him, and I got my visa through that. And I moved here. After the pandemic, I just was like, okay, that's it. I just packed like shop and left.
After the pandemic, you moved.
Yeah. And I don't, the thing is though, I don't know, I didn't have a plan. Like, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to America and then do a bit of back and forth and go back to India and continue working in both markets. And now I feel like I'm just here.
Yeah.
And I've just left India.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's what it feels like. I was like, I think I'm just going to be here now.
Right.
And just focus on being here. So.
And you've always been in New York?
Yeah. I moved here last year. And straight in New York.
That's great.
And look where I am today.
You're killing it.
I'm here.
You're killing
podcast.
it. You're actually killing it.
On your podcast.
On my podcast. The Mike Vecchione Investigates. And we're investigating. And so that's your professional journey.
Yes.
And personally, you seem pretty independent. Tell me I'm wrong.
You know you're right. As an
independent woman.
I'm an independent woman.
Okay.
Independent woman. I'm not seeing anyone. So if there's anyone,
you don't.
Can I ask?
You're way. I mean, you can. You can ask, but I don't know if any of our fans are going to meet your levels of what you.
Oh, my bar's really low.
Your bar's really low?
Like
then talk
low.
directly to our fans.
Okay, please.
The bar is really low is their middle name.
Well, what? Right place at the right time. If you are looking
right place at the right time.
If you're looking for a woman.
Yeah. That's these guys.
That's
a lot of
me.
them. A lot of them are incels. But they
Right.
are looking for a woman.
Well, if you're looking for a woman to date,
Yeah.
let's just like start
Is
there.
eye contact a must
In general, or
for a man that you're dating?
Yeah.
Eye contact, and I'm making some with you right now
Yes,
to
it's-
show our fans how to do it.
yes, no, that is very important. It's very.
Is there a difference between
engaged.
eye contact and someone staring through you
Oh,
in
wow.
order to make a point?
Yes,
Okay.
I just learned that right now.
Because you want it to be eye contact,
Yeah.
which is respect and a back and forth between
I
two
see
people, but you
you.
don't want it to be a face off, which they have in boxing,
Right, like
where they're staring each other down like, do you know what I'm going to do to you
gonna
when the fight
rip
starts?
your dignity to shreds. You're gonna be crying like a baby in the corner when I'm done with you. I don't want that.
Music to my ears. A lot of our fans are, what are the ones that take the pain, Shannon?
Sadist?
Sadists.
Yes.
Yes.
Sadist.
Sadist Hawkins. Sadie Hawkins Day. It's not the same. Okay. Poor
Oh, we
tempted.
could use that for bad jokes as well.
Yes.
Oh,
We,
that's you.
how dare you, Kaneez? How dare you insult me on my own show? You've taken the power from me.
Very sorry. No,
We can do that for bad jokes too.
No, I'm
You
sorry.
exclaimed.
I was wondering. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying
Were
to,
you wondering? Were you somehow wondering, Kaneez? Oh my
apologize.
God. I
trying to
rarely get offended on this podcast.
I'm very sorry. I was just trying to figure out like when things were used and like how figure out the rhythm of.
Well, you figured it out. You've gotten to the bottom of it, Kaneez. It was a bad joke, and Shannon fell for it.
I liked it. It might be the title of the episode.
Okay.
That's-
All right.
oh,
Kaneez, so you're looking, and you're looking. What sites are you on, so our fans can be on the lookout for you?
I'm kind of on Hinge, but it's very like
Yeah.
it's just horrible. It's
horrible.
Yeah.
What about?
I
I
haven't
heard
met anyone.
Plenty of Fish was really good.
Oh, is that another app? I don't know. I don't like apps.
No.
Everyone's just it's too.
Will a man walk up to you, make eye contact with you, and then offer you a vape? I assume that's what they're doing now.
Oh, that's what they are.
Yeah. Can you vape? This is a
want vape,
coconut.
yeah.
It's a coconut cream vape.
I'll
It's
be
like
like-
getting somebody an ice cream in the
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah, if someone came up to me and offered me a vape,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't take the vape, but I would start engaging.
You would go to bed with them immediately.
No, immediately.
No, you wouldn't.
I immediately, like
Immediately.
like right there.
That night,
oh, that
Kaneez.
night. That night.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to get to know the person a little bit. I know.
Tough but fair.
Yeah,
I love it.
gotta get to know. You.
Well, you sound like you have pretty high standards from what. And
So I guess your listeners won't work for me.
okay. I'm dying to know. We're
If you have a friend, by the way,
okay.
that you think,
I'm glad that you think my friends would be at your level.
Shannon, if you have a friend,
Shannon doesn't have her own friend. Let me answer for her.
Shannon
I was gonna say,
I'm
if
trying
you
to
have
get
a friend for
I'm
me.
trying to get a friend for Shannon also. Although I don't think that you guys want the same kind of men, so you're not in competition.
how do you know?
Because I know what Shannon wants.
Okay.
And maybe I don't know what you want. Do you want a gigantic, muscle-bound, tattooed guy who just got out of prison, either as a corrections officer or a prisoner?
No.
Okay. Then you're not competing with
we're not
Shannon.
competing. Okay.
That means
What-
we can be friends, though, because we're not going
not
after the
gonna-
No,
same
you're not going after the
Nice.
same man.
Nice.
What kind of guy are you looking for?
Like more like a beta man.
A guy who just listens to you and does what he's told. Thank you for your
Yeah.
coded language that you're using, Kaneez.
After Duncan, I've stepped it up.
Yeah.
All right. There'll be no other.
A guy who does what he's told.
No, just someone
What
who's.
kind of beta? Did you mean beta?
I did, but like not told. Not someone who's just someone who's a little bit more, not as intense as me. Maybe I think I was just thinking like
Somebody who's more laid back.
more laid back.
Okay.
Someone who's cool.
But he has to have a direction and stuff. He has to have like whatever it is. Like we're in the arts and stuff, so it's not like
He has to be. He has to be in therapy. That's a no.
He has to be in
that's
therapy?
That's a non
negotiable.
negotiable. He has to be in therapy.
Wow, but what if he's already healthy? What if he's like a healthy guy and doesn't? Some people don't need therapy, but your opinion is that everybody has a diseased brain. Talk to me about
We're
that.
trying to sell me here, Mike.
I'm trying to sell you, but
okay.
you want somebody who's going to. Let's take away the therapy thing because that's going to
Okay.
turn a lot of our fans off.
Oh, so
But how about somebody who's working on themselves
Yes.
in whatever way they need to work on themselves?
I feel like it needs to be like reflective work. It can't be like I go, bike riding or running, and that's my work on myself.
Running can be reflective. How about meditation?
Okay, yeah, maybe. I just feel like people have blind spots, and we might need a outside person
Right.
to help us with the blind spots. I'm not saying you can't get there, but I just
Yeah.
think it'll take longer.
Right.
Maybe. But you're right. What if I meet someone healthy? I've never met someone healthy, and that's why.
Are you attracted
therapy
to
is-
are boys?
Yeah, avoidance. I'm
Attracted to guys who don't
emotionally unavailable men,
emotionally unavailable men?
and that only happened after my divorce. Like
You got
before
a
that-
divorce? You conveniently left that out? Oh my God. Wait, hour 10 in? Now we bring up the divorce? Oh my God.
I didn't know this was we were going to talk
Maybe
about.
that's why. Because you didn't communicate.
That's why when you say that, what do you handle conflict by just being dramatic? And I was like, yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much my whole marriage.
But that's great. But that's great then. So you got divorced.
And then after that, I've been just into avoidant, unemotional men. It's weird.
Was he an avoidant, unemotional man?
That's the thing. He wasn't. And all my boyfriends before that were not. They're all married with children. And then all the men I've seen after my divorce, which was 12 years ago, all of them are still single.
Right.
It's so weird. We should investigate that.
Is there something in you that goes, I can make this guy emotionally available. He'll be emotionally available to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, that's part. But I think maybe a bigger part of it is that if someone's emotionally unavailable, then it will end, and then I can get up and leave and move to New York and move to
yeah.
South Africa, and
Yeah.
I can be free.
You can be free.
I think that's maybe more of it.
Right. You're afraid of the commitment because the divorce. That when I say the word divorce, it's gotta hurt.
No, not anymore. No,
No, it hurt. It hurt when it happened.
My marriage was painful,
All right.
so the divorce actually was very relieving.
Oh,
just
really?
feeling relief.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Oh, that's
like,
something.
I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Now we end the podcast.
no, we're not going to end this
Oh.
podcast until we come to until you're married to someone at this studio, Kaneez.
How many people out there?
I don't know. They're all in the courtyard doing fentanyl,
Okay,
probably.
well, I don't.
You can't do any of it. Not only are they not doing therapy, they're actively doing drugs.
Right.
So we can't have you hooked up with them.
No, and I'm too old for that.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean,
but
For like,
it's a very,
stuff.
very interesting journey.
thank you.
Were you married in India?
Yeah.
Was it arranged?
No, well, I say no because arranged marriage is not. No one forces you really. I mean,
But your parents strongly suggest.
his parents strongly. Like it was a love marriage from my side, but I think it was an arranged marriage from his side.
Oh, wow.
In the sense because I was the same religion and community.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, like my parents would approve of this woman,
Right.
and she's like cool and whatever. Yeah.
You could say it. Good
Yeah.
in bed.
Yeah, well, just cool. And like,
Okay.
as a Muslim, I partied, and like, I was a cool chick.
A cool Muslim.
Yeah, a cool Muslim, exactly. So he's like, okay, well, and my parents will approve of her. In my eyes, like, that didn't matter to me.
Can I say something
like,
that I saw on the
I
street the
like
other
it.
day?
Oh, yeah, okay.
There was I'm Catholic, and I was walking down the street, and
I'm
there's
sorry.
a Muslim woman with the head
Hijab?
hijab,
Yeah.
and she had her cell phone in the hijab and was talking on it hands free, and I thought to myself, I want to convert to that.
Right.
Jesus was great, but this is a more efficient God.
It's, you know,
This God thinks of everything.
yeah, you know, like, I
Come
always think
on.
about, like,
Why?
wearing a hijab, and then I don't have to deal with my hair sometimes. You could just cover up bad hair days.
Muhammad just thinks of everything.
I was like, that's so
He
convenient.
gets it.
He gets it.
He gets it.
He gets that we have bad hair days and we can just cover it up with
Yeah.
a hijab. Spent so many hours doing my hair.
Yes.
I'm like, you must have spent like at least 2 hours.
I
doing
cut. Can I say something
your
and we can
hair.
get a close up of my hair? I will not be
Because-
offended on that. I cut my own hair.
How
This time I cut my own. Sometimes I go to a barber, but usually I cut my
do you
own.
do you like even the sides? Do
Even-
you
no,
shave?
let's do the sides. Wow. Yeah.
That's a very cool talent.
And can I relate it to something else while we're here?
yes.
It's if I was gonna be in a court of law, because you were a law degree, I would defend myself, and they say that people who defend themselves in the court of law is the equivalent of doing brain surgery on themselves. And I wouldn't mind doing brain surgery on myself because I already cut my own hair, and that's a gateway activity to doing brain surgery on yourself. That was a long way to go to get that off.
But have you represented yourself in law?
No, I did.
Oh, that was for me. Okay.
I did that for the haircut joke.
Oh, got it.
Anyway, Kanise.
I was going by your rule, but not on the bad jokes.
Kanise, that was less of a joke, more of an explanation that went nowhere. Okay, we all have to take losses sometimes in life. I'm willing to take mine. Shannon is the law of the land with the air horn, and I'm willing to respect it.
I didn't mean to disrespect you. I apologize.
No, you did it both ways, which I like. You did it both ways. You're like, oh, we're just greenlighting bad jokes now? And that hurt pretty bad. And then you're like, okay, that was a bad joke. You're not going to do that? And Shannon was like, I didn't find that to be even a joke. And I'm left out here like a piece of like garbage waiting to get picked up on a Wednesday.
Oh, shit.
It's an hour, 15 minutes in. Let's do plugs right now. This has been a great episode. At Comic Mike V on all social media platforms for me. MikeVecchione.com for dates. I'll be in Tempe, Arizona, 28th and 29th at the Tempe Improv. Please come out to that one if you want to get out of the heat. Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis, August 17th through the 19th, and Skankfest, September 29th and 30th. So those 3 dates coming up. MikeVecchione.com. Watch the special, The Attractives, on YouTube. It's doing great because of you guys, so thank you. Please continue to comment and watch the YouTube premiere at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and continue to support the show. We're going to continue to work as hard as possible for you guys. Thank you. We love you, and I'm saying it with eye contact as an active listener and an empath and an ally. Kanise, what do you got?
I start my tour next month. I'm going to be in California, Sunnyvale, the Bay Area. I'm going to be at the DC Improv in Washington.
Where can they find your dates?
Everything on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes.
And what's your handle?
At Kanise Circa. And I've got my link tree. I've got all the dates for all my shows, please.
And we'll post your handle so that they can click on it.
In post-production.
In post-production. Yeah, and we'll get you the clips, and we're going to collaborate on them.
Thank you. That would be lovely.
Collaboration is a big part. It's better than competition, isn't it?
I'm right. I'm at the right place at the right time.
You're at the right place at the right time. Dramatic pause. Dramatic pauses are big too now. Okay. Shannon, what do you got?
You can follow me on Instagram at ShannonLee6982. Listen to my podcast, The Thing Is, Ding. We talk about bad dates, fighting, and ghosts. You can listen to that wherever you listen to podcasts. Wherever you listen to Mike Vecchione Investigates, you can watch it live for free every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern at gasdigital.com/live. That's absolutely free. The best way to support the show is to go to gasdigital.com, use promo code MVI. You'll get a 1-week free trial, which gives you access to every single episode of the show we've ever done. If you listen on iTunes or YouTube, make sure to rate, review, tell a friend, subscribe, leave a comment. Every little bit of interaction helps the show to grow. And if you have questions, comments, or your own video investigation to submit, send it in to MikeVecchioneInvestigates@gmail.com.
I think that's a good way to end the show. Kanise, I can't thank you so much for coming in. This was a great episode, and there was so much to investigate, and we really got some answers. Sometimes it wasn't the answers that we wanted, but we have to roll with the punches, and we have to come out on top, and I think we did on this one.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Kanise,
Shannon.
for Shannon, I'm Mike Vecchione. We'll see you guys next week. Guys, thank you for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates. And if you go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com, promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. Thank you again for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates on the Gas Digital Network.